What's up, everybody? This is Trevor coming to you with another video, and today we are going to be talking about a new tool that just recently came out from Canonical, who is the creator of Ubuntu. So, the tool that we're going to be taking a look at is called Multipass. And Multipass is basically a command line tool that allows you to create and manage Linux virtual machines running Ubuntu Linux. So we're going to go ahead and install this tool, and then we're going to explore the different command line interfaces that it offers to launch new virtual machines on Hyper-V. So I'm running Windows 10 right here. Windows 10 Professional. I have a Hyper-V Manager running here. You can see I currently have a single virtual machine running, which is called Moby Linux VM. That's just the default virtual machine that's created by Docker Desktop. So Docker Desktop just installs a Hyper-V virtual machine, connects Docker to it, so you have this Linux environment. But what if you wanted just raw access to a Linux virtual machine itself? That's where Multipass comes into play. So Docker Desktop is definitely useful for running containers and just experimenting with containers. But if you just want a raw Linux virtual machine, Docker probably isn't really the right solution for you because it doesn't have it. Each container doesn't have its own separate kernel. So let's go ahead and switch over to a web browser. And the first thing we're going to do is search for Multipass. Now, the first thing you see come up on Google here is actually a Multipass from a really great movie. Older movie, but a really great movie called The Fifth Element. Now, we don't need that type of multipass in this case. What we need is a command line tool. So if you keep scrolling down here, you'll see that under GitHub, there is a Canonical Limited /multipass repository. So if we go to this repository and we come over to the releases section, you'll see that just recently there is a 0.5 Windows release. So this is actually an installer, and we're going to go ahead and install this really quickly. So it's just going to pop open a little installer here. It's pretty fast, especially if you already have Hyper-V pre-installed on your system like I do. Otherwise, it does have to enable Hyper-V because the whole purpose of Multipass is that it creates virtual machines for you. It basically just provides an automated solution for that. So what we're going to do is select the option to add Multipass to the system path for all users so that I don't have to worry about manually adding it. As you can see under the component installation, we have a command line tool, kind of like how Docker has a Docker CLI. But then there's also, like Docker, again, there's a background service or a daemon that runs for Multipass as well. So basically, you use the command line tool to issue the commands. It talks to the daemon, and the daemon actually carries out or executes the commands that you tell it to. So the installation here is pretty fast. As you can see, it ran the DISM tool, which is just used to enable or disable Windows features. And that ran really fast because Hyper-V is already installed on my system. So now Multipass is installed. Very quick process, as you can see. I'm actually going to skip using the PowerShell command line, and I'm going to switch over to Visual Studio Code here. And the reason I'm going to use Visual Studio Code is just so I can keep track of all the different commands that I'm running here in a script file so that you can see them progressively as we go through this video. So the first thing I'm going to do is just restart the PowerShell session because it probably doesn't know about the change to the path environment variable. So let's just double check. I'm going to hit F8 on line number 1 there. And yeah, sure enough, it doesn't actually recognize that executable. So I'm going to go ahead and just relaunch VS Code here and hit F8 again. And we should, there we go. So now PowerShell can find the Multipass executable on the file system. And it should be under the program files directory. So what you can do is just do get command in PowerShell. There's my tab completion, Multipass. And if we look at the full name property, I think, there should be some kind of path property here. There we go, path. So yeah, it's under program files, multipass bin, multipass.exe. And if you look, there should be a background service running as well. So if we do get process name multi-star, yeah, so we've got this background process that's running called multipassd. And that's the daemon process that's actually running the different commands that we issue from the CLI tool. So to get started with understanding how multipass works, just take a look at the different commands that are available here. So there's commands to launch a new virtual machine. There's commands to start and stop virtual machines. There's commands to suspend virtual machines and resume them. There's commands to establish a remote shell on that virtual machine as well. Or you can just do a one-time exec to exec a command on that remote machine without actually instantiating an interactive shell. So there's a lot of different commands available here. You can list your virtual machines, you can delete them. So basically it's just an all-in-one tool to manage your virtual machines running Ubuntu Linux. So I'm just going to do multipass version here, just double check the version. Sure enough, I'm running the daemon is version 0.5 and the CLI tool is also 0.5. So we're good to go there. Let's go ahead and try to list the virtual machines. And we shouldn't get any at this point because we haven't provisioned any virtual machines specifically through multipass. Now you'll notice that I did have a Moby Linux VM that's already running, but that's not showing up in the list here because that was installed through the Docker desktop installation process and it wasn't deployed through multipass. So because it wasn't registered with multipass, it's not going to get returned when I list the multipass virtual machines. So let's go ahead and do multipass launch. And we'll take a look at the -- help to see all of the different arguments that are available on this command. So here we go. So I can specify the number of CPUs to allocate to the virtual machine. I can specify the disk size. I can specify the amount of memory that I want to allocate, and I can even give it a name if I want. Now, you don't have to specify these parameters if you don't want to. It will just automatically give it some kind of sane defaults, and it'll just give it a kind of randomized name, very similar to how the Docker daemon will just kind of generate a random container name when you run containers. So there's a lot of similarities between how Docker works and how multipass works. Multipass is just for virtual machines, Docker is just for containers. Now, another cool option you have here is you can pass a cloud init script to the virtual machine. So similar to how cloud vendors like Microsoft Azure, for example, provide the ability to deploy initialization scripts when you launch new cloud-based virtual machines, we can do basically the same thing right here using multipass, but we're doing it locally instead. Now, there's another option here that allows you to specify the image, and you'll notice that by default, the Ubuntu LTS, or long-term serviceability, whatever that stands for, by default, the latest LTS image is used. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's just do multipass launch. And this is really just the simplest way to create a new Ubuntu virtual machine. So the first thing that it has to do is actually download the Ubuntu LTS image. So that's what it's doing right now. So we'll just give that a second to run. Okay, so now multipass is just verifying the image and it's launching our new executive chicken. That's the name of the virtual machine on Hyper-V. So it's running some configuration steps, and now it's starting the virtual machine. It's going to get it ready to go for us. So let's switch over to the Hyper-V console, and as you can see, it actually already refreshed in the background for us. And so there's our executive chicken virtual machine, still in its initialization phase. And if you take a look at the settings, you can see by default it's got basically 1024 or 1 gigabyte of RAM that's allocated to it. It has a single virtual CPU, and it looks like they've configured it to use an IDE controller. So I'm not sure, maybe in the future they'll change that to a SCSI controller. Maybe an IDE controller is just fine for this purpose. It really doesn't matter at the end of the day, I suppose. But yeah, it looks like it's getting up and running here. And as soon as it's finished its initialization process, then we can start managing it. Now, I'll point out as well that we could also run, because these are just Hyper-V virtual machines, you will be able to, manage them and see them through PowerShell. You can also, use Windows performance metrics to monitor the virtual machines as well. And I have a separate video on how to do that with PowerShell using the get counter command. So now we're just waiting for the initialization to complete here. And there we go, it's finished initializing. So let's switch back over to our VS Code instance here. And I'm going to do multipass list again. So I'll just go up to line number 9 here, hit the F8 key, and there we go. It's running. It has a private IP address there that we can access. And let's go ahead and try to start a shell on it. So I'll do multipass. Actually, before I do a shell, I'm going to do multipass exec, and then take a look at the documentation here really quickly. So we need to provide the virtual machine name and then a command that we want to run. So we'll do multipass executive chicken, and then let's just do lsb release. I think that should work. Okay, no LSB modules are available. So let's just do an ls command and see what happens there. So it looks like for some reason these commands are just getting hung up. So I'm just going to hit Control-Shift-P and do a PowerShell restart current session. Now this is in beta, multipass that is, so just keep that in mind. And if you do have any issues, make sure that you file some feedback so that they can fix this in the future. So I think you can probably do that on the GitHub repository, but I haven't checked yet. So I've restarted my PowerShell session here. I'm just going to do an ls on that VM. And yeah, it looks like it's hung up for some reason here. So let me do a multipass restart. Let's see if we can restart that machine. There we go. And then this time we'll just try a shell instead. Actually, there might be an issue with VS Code. I'm not entirely sure. I guess what we could do is just fire up a PowerShell session here and do multipass, run the exec command here. So we'll wait for this to finish restarting. All right, looks like that restart is finished. And yeah, for some reason it doesn't seem to like doing an exec on the remote system. So we will skip that for now. Let's try multipass shell. Take a look at the help on that. And then we'll do multipass shell executive chicken. And that's it. There's no command line options there. All right, so as you can see, the shell seems to work okay. The exec seems to have an issue, so I'm gonna probably file some feedback about that. I'm not sure, maybe it's just specific to the Windows platform. Maybe it works better if you're running the multipass from Mac or Linux. So here I've got a shell on the remote system, so now I can do something like, So I'll do sudo apt update. Just update our apt package cache. And then we'll do a sudo apt upgrade. And there we go. So this is a full-fledged running, Ubuntu virtual machine running on Hyper-V, and multipass made it really, really easy to launch that without having to, manually download an image and then mount that image to a virtual machine and go through the whole VM creation process. It just gives you some really sane defaults and just exposes the options that you really care about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to check out the other videos on my channel. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. That really helps with visibility. If you liked the video, leave a thumbs up and go try out Multipass. I would definitely encourage you to go try it. Give feedback to Canonical so that they can improve the command line tool. And if you haven't had a chance to work with Docker at all, make sure you go try out Docker as well. They're different tools with very similar interfaces, but different purposes, right? Docker's for containerized processes, whereas Multipass is for actually managing virtual machines running Linux. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.